Hello Africa, my name is Agatha Kane Drakes and today I'm here with Brenda Ramokopelwa, right?
Yes.
I said it right. And today the chat will be longevity and biotechnology.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about what is the ILS?
Okay. ILS stands for International Longevity Summit, which is the first longevity summit in the continent. We are bringing scientists together, we are bringing private and public organizations to start looking at how do we ensure that we promote healthy lifespan so that we can have longer lifespan.
Okay, for those who don't know now, what is biotechnology?
Biotechnology is looking at the biology and finding finding where it meets technology and using that to find solution for health and related solutions.
So at the International Longevity Summit, this is where we're going to find out more about it.
So we're going to find more about it, but more so about longevity itself.
Okay.
So maybe just to take you a little bit into why the longevity in Africa. We have looked at the life expectancy in Africa is lower than the life expectancy in other continents. When you look at Europe, they are looking at about an average of 73. 71 for men and about 75 for females. Africa, on the other hand, it is projected that men that are born in 2021 will live up to the age of 66, up to 61, and then women will live up to the age of 66. Now, there are factors that are cited there, factors such as the type of food we eat, our lifestyle, the diseases that are in Africa. But we want to think that there's not enough research that has been done in Africa, because when you look at some of the information or the data that's available, there's very little that is done by Africa or done by people living in Africa. If there is about Africa, it is done by mostly people from outside of Africa. So the International Longevity Summit is intending to launch programs that will encourage research about Africa in terms of its biodiversity, what plants we have, what food we have, what type of solutions, health solution we have, how we used to live our lifestyle before we got introduced to this processed food and all of that, and how can we leverage all of that to be able to come up with solutions that are fit for Africans.
Okay, you've summed up a lot for me, but I wanted to ask, how does the African healthcare contribute or hinder efforts in longevity, promoting longevity?
Okay, so what we've looked at in our research is kind of how the health system is structured. When you look at most African countries, South Africa included, is that we tend to mostly look our healthcare system is geared towards the effects of diseases. So you are sick, therefore we need to do something. They don't look at the causes of the diseases and coming up with solutions for that. We don't say you are healthy, let's look at your genes and look at what are you prone to and what can trigger that, and say how do we ensure that that does not happen. We give you the right food to eat so that you don't fall prey to this type of diseases. We make sure that your lifestyle is such a way that it prevents you getting some of these diseases. So we want to encourage that so that we can save that health burden from a financial cost that we're spending on people that are sick. But also when you look at how we treat the elderly people versus how we treat the young people. With the young people is that you're still young, your genes can carry this, only to find that it accumulates. And you get to a point where you're now an elderly that you thought you wouldn't be, and then these diseases have accumulated. So we are finding it hard to cure them or deal with them. So we want to look at it from the source. do root cause analysis and find solutions, and encourage young people to start taking their health seriously.
That's true. I think even myself, I will say, because we feel like we're young, we right now, so like, why go to them? And we're not fans of the hospital, we're not fans of doctors. So, but that's true. If we try to take care of ourselves now and find out what's the issue, maybe later on we can war on the doctor.
You can be happy not to be a fan of the hospital, because you'll be healthy, right? You'll be doing things right. So then you won't have to visit the doctor that often and take all of that medication. And remember, what you are inside reflects outside. If you are older outside, inside, it will reflect on how you look and how you feel.
Okay, which now begs my question: how can the concept of longevity be better communicated to the African population?
Okay, so that's one thing that we really, really want to do with the launch of Afro Longevity. We understand that, honestly, when you talk about longevity and you look at other countries, you look at the US, you look at Europe, I'm using those examples, in Asia, because they are really big at this thing, is that they've got a way of communicating, and which might not be fit for us. Longevity right now, and even its solutions, is geared for the people who have a lot of money. That is why you find a lot of our rich people in Africa, when they're sick, they go overseas. Our leaders, when they're sick, they go overseas. Why can't we produce that here? Why can't we do it here? Because if it's done at home, it will be less expensive. Most of us will be able to afford it. Your question was around how do we communicate it. The reason why we are bringing the public and bringing private institutions and bringing academia and bringing all of these people is that we find a way of communicating it in the language that they understand.
Yes.
We can do it in terms of us, take pictures of people that are healthy, show how it looks from for a young person.
That's true, because we are very...
Yes, one of the things that we did is that leading up to this conference, we had a competition. It was for high school students and also for undergraduates and independent entrepreneurs, where we said, give us your idea of what longevity looks like for you, or healthy living looks like for you, and help us with solutions that will be fit for Africa, because we want to see it from their point of view, so that we can do the translation. Because it doesn't help if the scientists are doing test tubes and doing whatever in the lab, or academics are talking big English, but then my grandmother, who this is supposed to benefit, doesn't get it, doesn't know what needs to be to happen.
Okay, so let's see what the public has to say, or the questions. There's a question here from Kamogelo Nkomo. Says, good day, my name is Kamogelo and I have a question for Mrs. Ramukompelwa. Okay, what role can technology and innovation play in extending health span and lifespan in Africa?
A great question.
It is.
Technology plays a big role, because science can do so much. We can do so much from our everyday life. We know that with advancement in technology, there's a lot that it is bringing. Right now, if you're looking at China, they are using AI, nanotechnology, to be able to be precise in their diagnostics. So it can play a big role. These bio clocks that they've got. So these are clocks that can tell you are 16, you were born in whatever date, so chronologically you are 16 years old. But when you look at your organs, when you look at you internally, biologically, you're actually 30, because you are not as healthy as you look. So we want to be able to balance it. So we want to create such bio clocks that can be able to tell us exactly where the problems are, so that when you go then to a doctor, they can put together a program for you that will be able to help you to change that and ensure that your chronological age and your biological age are not that far apart, or are balanced, so to say.
Okay, thank you. Now we have a question from Titi that says, are there any cultural specific insights or practices that contribute to longevity in the African population?
We really think there is, and that is where we want the indigenous knowledge comes
Yes.
in. Part of the conference will be having the Center for Research and Innovation, CSIR, that will be coming. Their Life Sciences Department will be presenting on some of the work that they are doing there around the research into our biodiversity. So we really think our cultural practices, in Africa, if I take a simple thing about, the way we live, is that we try as much as possible to ensure that hygiene is key. We want to make sure that the kids eat organic food, and we check where the food comes from. We make sure that, if you are a young lady, a young man, what type of food can you eat? If you are at a certain age, what type of food but there's more where that comes from. And I am sure that as we continue to get scientists from Africa and get people that are knowledgeable in those type of fields, they'll be able to help us so that longevity for Africa, or Afro longevity, becomes something that is good for us and is structured towards our lifestyle, our way of life, and can maybe be something that we can contribute to the world as well. And say, look at this, maybe you can benefit from it.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is healthy aging is possible.
Very much so, yes.
Okay, but is it also possible to eliminate aging?
I will not say yes at this point. What I will say to you is that there's a lot of work that is being done by scientists to ensure that they can find solutions to address diseases that are related to aging.
Okay.
And I am saying this because I cannot say your definition of aging versus another person's definition of aging might differ. What we are talking about is ensuring that those diseases that people get at a certain age, and then you are sick and you are of a certain chronological age, and we start looking at you are sick because you are old. That's the stuff that we're talking about. So we want to deal with that so that we, and you can now start to understand, am I dying because I've got diseases, or I'm dying because it's just a natural process?
Okay, let me go back to the public. Let's see, I see there are other questions, such as, are there any notable collaborations or partnerships between African institutions and international longevity research organizations?
From an Afro longevity point of view, we do have great partnerships. We've got the Longevity Escape Velocity, which has been in longevity movement for the past 20 to 30 years. The organization itself is new, but the director's office have come from science, which has been in this forever. Humanity Plus is one of the international organization. They will be at the conference as well. That are part of what we are doing. We've got so there's a lot of them. Sorry, I'm gonna have to look at my Evolution as well. Evolution is an investment vehicle that has been put together by the Saudi Arabia longevity leaders or leaders in the longevity field to try and fund scientific projects related to longevity. They are supporters of the conference. They are going to be present either in person or just being there and supporting the conference. They're doing a lot of work there. And there's other organizations like Lifespan IO as well will be part of our conference as well. So there's a lot of them. We are looking for more locally though, because our focus is in Africa. So like I said, we just signed an MOU with CSIR. South African tourism is really coming and has been supporters of us since last year, and they are looking at medical tourism. What is that? How do we look at tourism differently from a medical point of view? What is unique about Africa that we can offer to the medical field? And then Africa starts to be looked at as destination for advanced medical care.
That's beautiful. That's very beautiful. Another question is, are there any unique challenges or barriers to achieving longevity in Africa that differ from other regions?
Yes. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done to find out what those barriers are. Because in Africa, we've got 55 different countries that have got different backgrounds, and their challenges differ from country to country. But one thing that we've seen across is that, these diseases that we've got, not having quality healthcare, might hinder what might hinder advances to longevity, because obviously when you are coming up with this, you need a healthcare system that will be able to support these efforts, and also infrastructure as well. We really do not have the capacity to produce some of these technology or innovative solutions that can help with this. We are not investing enough in our biodiversity. We are not using the plants that we've got, the food that we've got, to be able to come up with medicine that will be fit for us.
Okay, so we have very limited time left. I'm going to ask one more question about, the statement black don't crack?
It does crack.
So it does crack.
Black does crack if you don't take care of black.
Okay,
so we need to take care of black.
Okay.
So it stays good.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first on Africa Connect Online. Black does crack if you don't take care of it. Oh, come on, and they're telling us we live up to 55, 56. Now, this is very scary. Yeah. So do take care of yourself, but be sure to take part in the International Longevity Summit that will be taking place on the 23rd to the 24th of August.
23rd and 24th of August. It is happening at the cradle of humankind. So we are saying the origin of humankind is the future of humankind.
Amen to that. Okay, thank you. Today it has been lovely talking to you, and I've learned a lot. I am definitely going to go get everything checked. Definitely. It's Agatha Celeste Kane Drakes here with Brenda. And we're going to keep practicing. But thank you so much for tuning in, and stay blessed.